Update 1 on Tropical Storm Haiyan, which is currently located out in the open waters of the Western Pacific, not too far from Chuuk, and moving towards the west, towards the rest of the Micronesian islands. Currently with wind speeds of 50 miles per hour sustained, a pressure of 989 millibars. Current position 6.1 degrees north, 148.3 degrees east. And you can see here the storm's expected to move towards the west-northwest generally over the next few days, intensifying all along the way, and possibly peaking as a Category 4 storm before making landfall in the Philippines. By the looks of things right now, it appears that the storm may make landfall in the central region of the Philippines, the Visayas region, and could also affect Luzon in the next 5 days. Currently we have typhoon warnings in effect for Woliai and Micronesia, typhoon watches in effect for these islands: Farolep, Fais, Ulithi, Yap, Negulu, Koror and Kariangel, and tropical storm warnings in effect for Puluwat and Satawal, which are all in the Micronesian region, including Palau as well, in typhoon watch conditions at the moment. So let's take a look at the conditions, the probabilities for tropical cyclone conditions. You can see the Philippines have a high chance of tropical depression conditions, with the other depression there, tropical depression 30W, which is over those islands right now. Yap and Chuuk will definitely be under the gun over the next few days, and Yap in particular may receive some typhoon conditions over the next few days as the storm passes over that area. That's really the main point for concern over the next few days, and then a distant threat to the Philippines later on. So looking at the sea surface temperatures, fairly warm where the storm is at the moment, around 28 to 30 degrees Celsius, and that extends all the way to the Philippines and possibly a little bit beyond that as well. So certainly no problems in terms of sea surface temperatures over the next few days. The models, the CMC model first of all, let's see what they're saying, takes the storm towards the west-northwest, a fairly straight track into the Philippines, the Visayas region, moving into the South China Sea, and then possibly posing a threat to Vietnam. We also have that other storm forming as well in the South China Sea, tropical depression 30W, and could move into the Indian Ocean in a few days time as well. The GFS model fairly similar with the Storm Haiyan, moving it a little bit further towards the west initially, then towards the west-northwest, and then making landfall by the looks of things on Samar Island in the Philippines. But that's quite a little distance out yet. We can't really pinpoint an exact landfall location just yet. So this is what the latest satellite imagery has been showing. You can see those two little dots there showing the main islands of Chuuk in Micronesia. Obviously there's very little land areas around this area, around this region, so that means that the storm will not have any problems with land interaction. You can see it's a fairly broad system. It's not very easy to get a scale of it based on these small islands and this area of the world, but it is a fairly broad and large storm, and that will remain the case over the next few days, especially as it gets organised. But it will be possibly a slow organiser due to its sheer size, but it's certainly not looking too bad at the moment, with wind speeds of 50 miles per hour, and you see that central core there not looking too bad at all. So as of November the 4th, 2013 at 2 PM UTC, we have Tropical Depression Sonia, which made landfall in Mexico not too long ago as a minimal tropical storm. Obviously in the Pacific we have the other current systems: Tropical Depression Crozo, what's left of it, spectacularly disintegrated yesterday, Tropical Depression 30 over the Philippines, and of course Tropical Storm Haiyan, which is currently located at quite a low latitude in the Micronesian islands right now. And Tropical Depression 30W over there may develop into a tropical storm as it begins to clear the Philippines in the next 2 days or so, and could also pose a threat to southern Vietnam. So 2013 compared then, we have 26 tropical storms that have formed this year, which is level with many of the seasons. You can see around here, 33rd position now, 14 typhoons so far, and 9 Category 3 storms, that's 115 miles per hour or higher, in the company of 1948 just above and 1945 just below in terms of season activity. A few of the seasons up there, recent ones 2002 and 2001, just a few positions higher. You can track this storm at the website force13.com/stormtracking.html. That's the main page for all the storm tracking information there. You're presented with the overview map, which shows where all the storms are around the world. We only have activity in the Pacific at the moment. That's been the case for quite a while, but you can see all those storms, including post-tropical storms and invests, areas that could develop into tropical cyclones over the next few days. You can also find us elsewhere on the web, Facebook and Twitter. Just search Force 13. You should find us fairly easily enough, and as always, please do show your support by doing the usual means of engagement: liking, subscribing, commenting, favouriting, or following, or anything else that you can think of. And if you have any questions or comments about this current video or the current storm, or any other storm activity out there, don't hesitate to send a message through the comments section or by private message if you so wish. The next video on this storm, unless things change drastically, will be in around 30 hours time. That will be 9 PM UTC on the 5th of November 2013, but until then, that's all for now.